On today's episode, US EV sales slow and Apple abandons its EV ambitions. Today's episode is brought to you by engineering.com, a globally trusted source for engineering content. Check out this and many other exclusive videos for the engineering professional found only on engineering.com TV today. For years now, electric vehicles have been touted as the transportation solution for emissions-free driving. Now, in the modern era, the push has been led by Tesla, with every major automaker now offering battery electric vehicles in every format, from small hatchbacks to large Class 8 commercial trucks. But the steady march toward electrification of motor vehicles has a glitch. Despite a worldwide upward sales trend for pure electric and plug-in hybrid vehicles, sales in the United States have stalled. According to Kelley Blue Book, 2023 was a record year for U.S. electric vehicle sales, with 1.2 million vehicles delivered, resulting in a 7.6% total U.S. market share, up from 5.9% in 2022. Fourth quarter EV sales were up year over year by 40%, big numbers, but lower than the 49% year over year gain in the third quarter and the 52% figure from the fourth quarter of 2022. So growth is still there, but it's slowing, and Cox Automotive predicts that 2024 will see EV market share in the U.S. reaching 10% of all vehicles. Dealer inventories of electric vehicles in America, however, are climbing, and some manufacturers such as Ford have begun offering incentives to move EVs. Tesla, perennial EV market leader, has also announced price reductions. So why is the march toward EVs slowing? There are several factors, but they're anchored in one issue: MSRP. Electric vehicles are expensive, primarily because of the cost of batteries. Global demand for critical battery materials such as lithium, nickel, and cobalt have driven up prices, and scale economies in the manufacture of batteries have not approached those enjoyed for decades in the production of internal combustion engines and their components. Last month, the average price paid for new electric vehicles in America was just under $51,000, and the EV market is very sensitive to government incentive programs, both in the purchase price of the vehicles and in the expansion of the EV charging infrastructure necessary to make the vehicles practical. According to Kelley Blue Book, only 2 EVs carry a manufacturer's suggested retail price of under $40,000, the Chevy Bolt and the Nissan Leaf. High prices combined with generationally high interest rates are a bad combination for any consumer good, and stable U.S. pump prices for gasoline are definitely a disincentive for many new car buyers. The transition to electric vehicles in America may boil down to a race between 2 major engineering challenges: lower cost, higher performance batteries to give electric vehicles similar cost and utility to internal combustion engine cars, and the build-out of a national charging infrastructure that lets electric vehicle users go anywhere that a gasoline vehicle can go. Subsidies will be key. In Germany, subsidies up to 4,500 euros for the purchase of EVs are a program that paid out $10 billion since 2016 for the purchase of 2.1 million electric vehicles in that country. Subsidy changes in America pulled forward many EV purchases from January to December, resulting in weaker than expected first quarter sales for American EVs, although internal combustion engine vehicles are not immune from the slowdown. According to Reuters, consumer spend on new vehicles is down approximately 2% compared to last year, and the average transaction price for new vehicles in January was down $1,600 to just over $45,000. Higher interest rates are definitely a factor. Another significant event in the EV space is the collapse of Apple's electric car initiative, internally called Project Titan. The 10-year effort developed far enough to include negotiations with established auto manufacturing firms like Hyundai and Magna International. At this point, it's unclear whether the collapse of the Apple project is due to difficulties in delivering the autonomous driving that many felt was essential to the product, or the anticipation of a market saturated with product in an industry with low margins to begin with. With stubborn U.S. inflation, significant rate cuts from the Fed are unlikely in the near term, and with stubbornly high new vehicle MSRPs, both EV and internal combustion engine, combined with the end of pent-up demand post-COVID, means that the transition from gasoline to electricity is going to take longer and cost more than anyone thought. Well, that's it for today's episode of This Week in Engineering, brought to you by engineering.com. For our deeper engineering series, visit engineering.com TV for exclusive shows like Manufacturing the Future, Designing the Future, and the Engineering Roundtable, not found on our YouTube channel. The links are in the description below. Thanks for watching.